gentlemen, boys and girls. I don't know why small children under the age of maybe 16 are watching this. You probably shouldn't. Anyway, it's my announcer voice for this episode because references. Hey,
Oh God.
welcome everyone to episode 30 of whatever nightmare this is going to turn out to be. We have a very awesome special guest, Kay Holland, also known as K Makes Things All Over the Interwebs. I will allow you to introduce yourself and plug whatever channels you need to real quick.
Oh God. Okay. Improv elevator pitch for my entire existence as a professional. Here we go. So my name's Kay. I make things. That's you probably already knew that, but whatever. I'm an animator, illustrator, general artist, and all around rad lass. And I don't have a ton to plug, but like my name is on different socials and I'm doing stuff. Yeah, so follow along with me as I delve into the world of animating for a career and floundering at every point. Yeah.
Well, I'd say you're probably more of a celebrity at this point than Joe, Landon, and I combined.
Uh, that's kind of subjective. I mean, I think all of you together, like if you did a fusion dance, like your power level would exceed mine manyfold.
Oh god, that just reminds me of the weird Dragon Ball episode of Kids Next Door where they made
Oh,
the "It's over 9,000" reference.
Oh.
Oh dear. So one of the cool things that you and I talked about, Kay, was that you kind of have a connection with a fellow animator who works on, let me see if I get this right, Solar Opposites.
Yeah. Yeah. Very cool human.
Uh, um, yeah. Uh, Carly cartoons, whatever their Twitter.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you want me to go off about them? Because I can do that. I can
Yeah, if you
definitely
want
do
to,
that.
just talk about how,
Sure.
you're kind of getting your foot in the door there in the industry,
Yeah.
I'd say.
Well, Carly has kind of become a good friend, as close to a person as you can get by just communicating over the internet for a year and never having actually talked in person. But yeah, Carly's a really rad human, and she's an animator out in LA. Has a really extensive work history. And how I introduced myself to them is I just finished watching a show called The Midnight Gospel, which hit Netflix around this time 1 year ago, actually. And I was just like, hey, the show that you worked on was really rad, and I think you're a really cool human, and it would be awesome if you had some tips for me because I want to try doing this animation thing. And that's, one thing what led to another, and here I am. And she's a really awesome, great friend of mine now.
You have a much better approach of following people and making connections. I just sort of sneak up on people I want to associate and just go,
Hey, that works too. Just we all
not
got our different
creepy.
styles.
Yeah, you just need to follow up with, "Will you be my friend?"
Yeah.
Words like finalize the connection, I think.
Mm.
Oh man, that audio is gonna be so awful.
Terrifying.
Well,
Well,
at
you
least,
edit good, don't you?
yeah, at least
That's
we're recording
okay.
an extra day in advance.
Yeah, you're just getting in your voice acting audition for like zombie character number 6 in like
Yeah.
the new Left 4 Dead game or something.
Oh man. Yeah, so voice acting, that's something that kind of put us in the same room. You made a really awesome animation that won some awards in college. If you want to plug that, nudge nudge, there's your setup.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I can take a hint. It's fine. Um, yeah, so Stu and I met. I mean, like at various points through undergrad, but when I put out a casting call for my thesis capstone project, which was called Gigi the Gamer Girl, Stu hit me up and was like, "Yo, I want to try working out or trying out some of these roles that you've got." So we rented out a soundproof room at the school that we attend. I grabbed my crappy USB mic and we chilled out in a room for a minute. And a few hours later, we kind of had some lines, and then they eventually found home in the animation. He was cast as the announcer in a scene where the protagonist is participating in a baseball game. And if you're asking me, I honestly, genuinely think that Stu was the most emotive and best actor of the entire cast. But no one's asking me that yet. But I'm saying it now, so whatever.
Not. Not even like the main character.
Uh yeah. Yeah, still. I mean the actor who did Gigi did a fantastic job. I was asking a lot of them and it's also a ton of lines. But I think like your lines were your energy was like perfect because it was off the wall, it was out of the park, it was all the different locations that show that you did a really good job. Over the moon or whatever. I don't know.
I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun because it was really the first time I was able to do that sort of thing. I definitely don't like hearing myself like when I'm in this voice, but anytime I do like little goofy voice recordings to Joe and Landon in the chat and do like some mimicry, like I always play it back to be like, oh man, I know I could just like sound even closer to that. And yeah, having started pursuing voice acting more now, um, like you're not supposed to do mimicry, but I feel like that helps sort of expand the voice and like just reach certain areas that you just don't normally hit with your regular voice, and it helps you like unlock other ideas. So yeah, we kind of talked about this a little bit in the last episode, but
Oh, did we?
Yeah,
maybe.
we did. Yeah, we did. Because I said
That's a
something
plug.
along the lines of yeah, like everybody starts with mimicry. I don't remember if I said that, but
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
going
we
off of what you're saying now, everybody goes off of mimicry when they first start out. I mean, you can't imagine something that you've never seen, therefore you can't really portray something that you've never heard, but you can actually mimic and then spin off and build and modify off of the basic idea of something that you've heard before is kind of my take on it.
100%.
So yeah, I feel like anytime that somebody starts something new, they always copy the process of the person who did it before them. I mean, yeah, if you're looking for like range or weirdness, maybe you'll start off with like a Christopher Walken, and then hit the highs and the lows and the raspy. From there, you can like spin it and make it your own thing, and kind of maybe make it like a Walken, I don't know, Mark
There's a
Wahlberg
Christopher
or
Walken plug right there.
yeah, you're setting yourself up that we're gonna have to force you to do this impression that you're talking about, Landon.
I need to work on it. I mean, right now I'm just trying to encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, even though it's mimicry at this point. It's going to build into something different.
Well, one other thing I want to mention about the the recording booth that we were in, I kind of trashed it with a whole bunch of like script papers. You might even be able to catch in the final version, like you can hear papers rustling and stuff. And there's kind of some improv that Kay allowed me to do, which was oh so very fun. Um,
So
but I
great.
think it was maybe like the first or second take as the announcer. My voice cracked and we did a little bit of editing, but not that much, to the point where I sounded exactly like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Oh, wow.
Yoinks.
Yeah, it was. Oh, I need to
Oh,
dig
did
that up.
I give you the direct recording file?
I think so, yeah, but I think that the one that where I sound like Shaggy is on my old laptop. Otherwise, it would be very much lost to time, and I
Wow.
need to like dig that out because it was so fun.
Okay.
That's probably when I first realized I want to do this because yeah, I'm sure when you're more of a professional, you're kind of expected to not just randomly goof off and waste time to get paid. But, even then, like the little like misfires, I guess we'll call them, the bloopers and stuff. That's what's so fun, um, is to be able to have a story that like an extra story besides the one you're working on creating.
Totally.
Indeed.
So, yeah. The other cool thing is that you might be watching this episode with an animation to it because, yeah, that's what I've been tweeting out all those little doodles by Kay. Joe, I think it's been about a month since we started getting those, and I just realized I forgot to tweet yours out.
What?
I still need to do that, but
I
I
thought
like
you.
personally speaking, Joe's was actually the funnest to draw just because like I really love Ringo Starr from the Beatles,
yeah.
and your facial structure and like the way you wear your hair and stuff is like it's so becoming of Mr. Starr. And
Oh,
I had a great time imagining that this was Ringo that I was drawing.
I love the like 90-degree angled neck. That's the best part.
Vulture neck.
Yeah.
thanks.
So, yes, we might be talking heads soon, and if all goes well, and this launches the podcast off the ground to some degree, we hope to have Kay back as maybe eventually one of these days. If we can make a whole bunch of money from the podcast, we'll definitely just funnel it all into Kay and be like,
Hmm.
doodle, dance.
That that's okay. You can just slide me a few pecan sandies under the counter and we'll call it good. I don't
Yeah.
need any of your money.
Well, if I get a voice acting career, no more donut shop for me. So,
Damn it.
I mean, I'd love to work part time, but then it would probably just be a whole bunch of people coming in there being
No.
like, "I want your autograph. I want your autograph," and I'll just be like,
No.
"Yeah, okay." I'll be making more money
Yeah.
off of autograph signings than
Yeah.
actually.
But I mean, you could do like
Munchers would
a
make a lot
special
more
like
money off of your autographs.
frosting autograph on a donut or something.
Yeah. You can withhold it until they buy something.
They just
Exactly.
sign the donut and icing.
Damn. Damn, that's like monetizing the donut
Yeah.
service, not just the food.
It's gonna be like, hey, guess what, guys? We just made $500 off a donut, just one donut. Put some sprinkles on there. Joe will come crawling in eventually.
What?
I'll never forget
Chances
that
are,
day,
if it
man.
has sprinkles, yes, probably.
Oh man, it feels better to do this kind of like one-off thing with a guest than kind of have that weird question and answer that we did. But professionalism at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, like professional is a mindset. Like honestly, professional is a mindset. And I think like even among professional circles, there's like a level of contempt about like professionality. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
And at some point, like people are just like, I just want to get this over with and like let's not get like bogged down in the details or the crap. Like if we're chill, we're chill. Let's just do the work and make money doing it.
Well, yeah, that's what's funny is I was doing a Twitch stream a while back, and I got raided for the first time by like a 7-year-old in their crew, and they're like, "Oh man, he swears, he swears. Ah, I don't want to watch this anymore." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." So I switched my settings over to like um,
PG.
mature mode, and
Rated X.
oh boy. Whoops. Oh no, step bro, I left my camera on.
God.
Oh god. But yeah, it was kind of like, well, why am I feeling like I need to be professional on Twitch? Like it's just me and a bunch of other people swearing into microphones. Like that's how most YouTubers get their careers, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are on YouTube.
Get off the YouTube.
Oh no, Joe left.
You
Welcome
offended
back,
his
Joe.
Wait, let me see if I'm doing this right. Oh no, Joe's corn cob microphone broke again or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is the
Was it
episode's
with the
getting
corn
animated,
cob
so
joke?
I was told this was a thing.
we just kind of
Well,
sat
whoever
around.
told you that is, yeah, I caught myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Joe, do you sew your own cornhole bags, or do you buy those at a store?
I don't know who uses that phrase. That is honestly the worst word ever. Worst. Uh,
Oh my god.
I have nothing to do with cornhole bags.
Oh god.
That's going on the T-shirt now,
What
isn't
is it
it?
with people thinking? Does everybody think that everybody in Nebraska is just children of the corn?
That's Iowa, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Even though
No.
Nebraska does have the Huskers, I always thought Iowa was like those corn-fed people.
What the hell does Iowa even have as a mascot? That's a great question.
Well, they also have like
Silence.
a bigger Swedish demographic, so they're like blonde, blue-eyed. And there's lots of corn. I think that's the connection I made for Iowans being more like children of the corn, whereas like Nebraskans were more like the Germans with the brown hair. But I don't know.
Well,
I assume a lot.
Well, you know what they
Ye-
say about making an assumption, Landon.
Make an ass out of me and the umption.
Yes.
Yes.
Now name
that's
that movie.
Wasn't that Long Kiss Goodnight?
Yep.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at y'all being studious film students and actually referencing cinema.
Well, I throw it in there a lot, but sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. But
Now, if you're asking me about who's the actor for certain things, I'm just like, no, this is Patrick.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hate it when people throw names at me. It's like I'm not good with names.
Stuart, you still haven't named that guy who was in the chat.
The actor for the
Bueller.
professor in Ferris
Bueller.
Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, who's the actor?
Well, I've got
Yep.
Google open, so.
Even I know who that is.
Exactly.
John Oliver. No, it's not John Oliver. Just kind of has that the nose with the glasses.
Yeah, right as he said that, I was like, no way, it can't be.
I make you pause. Ben.
Oh man. Oh yeah.
There.
Okay, Ben Stein. There we go.
There you go. Applause.
I'm following a lot of voice actors right now, so that's
Well, he's
where
a
I'm
voice
starting to
actor.
remember
So.
names. Yeah, but even then, it's still I just oh man.
Well, he's a voice.
Yeah. definitely.
He gets typecasted. I don't even think that he acts anymore. He just does the same
Wait a minute,
thing.
Ben Stein, was he the guy in like those dry eye commercials in like the early 2000s?
Yes.
Oh my god.
What was that for? Clear so no.
Yeah,
What is that?
anyway, whatever it
Visine?
was, like, do you have dry, itchy eyes? And he's always on like a golf course or something.
Yeah.
Uh,
Oh man.
he was like, remember that show, Fairly Odd Parents?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, he was the head pixie.
What?
Yeah, he was the head pixie,
Oh
and
man.
he was kind of disappointed that in the episode where everybody's singing, he didn't get to rap.
Oh, so anyway, back to Kay.
Yeah, please.
What is the most recent thing you are working on right now in terms of animation?
Funny you should ask. Right this second, and the entire time we've been talking, I am presently working on an animated intro bumper for the company that I'm interning with.
Nice.
And it's something I had to design with like the company in mind. So it's really laid back and kind of quirky, and it's this pug that is all floppy and has lots of folds and stuff, except its eyes are film projector heads and its tongue is a film reel. And as it walks across the screen, there's a big tangled film reel that's trailing out of its butt. And then it's supposed to take a spot or take a squat in like the corner of the screen. And then it starts up like you hear projector noises, and the pug projects the company logo onto a wall.
Okay. If
Yeah.
and when you can share this, I have to see it because also my sister would probably love this. She loves pugs as well. So.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, totally.
Oh my
I want
god.
to get it finished sometime next week.
Oh, I love this.
That sounds interesting.
But
So, um, oh, let's see. A little while ago, you had shown me a picture of something from like, were you working on a web comic, I think?
uh, maybe, maybe.
The,
Uh,
um, oh goodness, where is it? Oh,
was
still
it? Did
scrolling.
I mention Saint of Blades by chance?
Maybe it was this. We'll try and transfer this over. Are you cool if I post it in the like group server here?
Yeah, that's fine.
It's private, so that.
Oh, gotcha. Actually, no. That's an illustration of one of my best friends commissioned me to do a character portrait of their D&D character. So that's what that is.
Ah,
Wow.
Yeah, his name was Faye Thuk, and he was some kind of crazy other dimensional rifleman who was like heavily influenced by the works of was what his name is uh what's his name, the dude who did like the whole all the like eldritch horror stories and
oh,
Cthulhu.
yeah.
Lovecraft.
There we go. H.P.
Oh,
Lovecraft.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so he's like a Lovecraftian alien freaky sniper dude who has four arms coming out of his back, and that's what that is.
Have you ever seen, or I guess not
That's
seen, but have you ever played the Oddworld games?
No.
Oh, this reminds me of a character from like the main character. I've never actually played it myself, but I always see them on Steam and they're just like kind of weird looking, but like the
Yeah.
the character looks exactly like it. So,
I'll take that as a compliment.
that is
um
sweet.
so yeah, the thing that I was thinking of though, the sort of series that you're working on, that kind of Halloween-ish theme going
Yeah,
on.
it probably was Saint of Blades. So Saint of Blades is a like I don't want to steal the words from the creator because I'm just his collaborator, but it was like gothic adventure comedy Muppets is the words he used to describe it. Um, and it's a hoot. Like it's actually it's funny because we actually just wrapped this week, so it is officially done, and the next step is it going off to the printer, and that's his project. So my involvement is done, but like I had to do a ton of work, anything between like rewriting lines or
Oh wow.
structuring out how panels were laid, coloring the stuff, and then scanning it all in from the
Whoa.
pencil sketches. So we've been working on it for a year and 3 months, and it's finally done.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things where it's distributed uh like something other than Patreon? Because usually it's like, oh, go check out my thing that I've never heard of before.
Yeah. So we were going to do a Kickstarter campaign, but he had some reservations about that, and we didn't end up doing that. So we're just doing small print run physical release at first, and
Oh
then
wow.
eventually it will be released online. So yeah, we're
Very
just straight
cool.
up ordering the stock, which is kind of crazy and expensive, but whatever.
Is that pluggable? Like, can we go and find a way to buy this right now?
Not at the moment, but the story is called "The Saint of Blades." It's spelled exactly how you think it is, and there's no other IP that has that combination of words. So keep your eyes peeled in the coming months, and I'm sure stuff will be available shortly.
Nice.
Yeah. It's a very cathartic experience having that much work done, and then suddenly you find yourself like, oh fuck, I kind of wish I had more pages to work on.
Yeah,
I
even even those small gig jobs like what we'd get sent as students at KU, uh, that last maybe a weekend or a full week at most. And then you're just like, oh, I'm done. Dang. I already miss
Yeah.
it. Getting paid and having fun? What is this? How do I get more?
Honestly.
Oh man. So, what was sort of your inspiration? I guess let's kind of move into that of like, what led you wanting to animate? Like maybe a show or a cartoon or a movie or something along those lines that you kind of went like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I'd love to do this or something like that.
There were two very specific shows. One I watched as a kid as it was coming out on Adult Swim, and the other I watched last year. The first is called Fooly Cooly, FLCL, and it's this crazy, very difficult to explain anime that was produced in 2000, 2001. Um, it's so off the wall, and like the plot conventions are unlike anything that you come to expect in animated shows. And at the time that I watched this for the first time, I was like maybe 8 or 9 years old because it was just airing like at midnight on Adult Swim when I was like in fourth or fifth grade.
Oh, nice.
And I would sometimes wake up and be like, what the fuck is this show on? Because my TV was on, and it would wake me up instantly, and I'd just be encapsulated with these crazy characters and the stuff that happens to them. It all set in this town, very similar to Lawrence actually in the way that it's structured. Uh, it centers around this town that has kind of become the central base for this secret government agency trying to communicate with a group of aliens that wants to build this machine that would like implode the universe or force a singularity. I don't really know. It's so hard to describe, but I would highly recommend it for anyone who just really like super kinetic, crazy, freaky, like flying around everywhere, battle action sequences and stuff. Um,
So, from the description, it's kind of like music centric. Uh, God, honestly, the best way to describe this is just like this insane mashup of like all the crazy animes, like One Punch Man, One Piece, and like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is what this honestly sounds like, just some insane mashup of it all.
Yes, and people use guitars as weapons, and it's the fucking coolest thing ever.
It was on around the same time as Inuyasha on Adult Swim, right?
Yes, sometimes back to back, and I loved
Oh
that
wow.
series as well.
Yeah.
Man, yeah,
Yeah,
you
I
talk
remember
about
seeing
waking up
it.
late, like super early in the morning and leaving the TV on. That's how I discovered Inuyasha. Oh my god, Steve Bloom is in this?
Most likely. Yeah, they got to create the English dub is so good, which is weird because a lot of times in anime that's westernized and dubbed, they totally butcher it.
Oh yeah.
But the Fooly Cooly
Yeah.
English dub is like, a case example of how you do a dub right. Because holy fucking shit, it's so good.
Steve Bloom, I only recognize that name because I finally took the time to look over the Naruto IMDb page, and that is the voice of Orochimaru.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh man, wow, cool. Um, yeah, no, talking about animes that have like really great dubs. I remember Joe and I discovered Seven Deadly Sins. There we go.
Oh.
And we started watching it in Japanese, and we're like, okay, let's like try the dub. And it was like, oh god, turn it off, please turn it off. And
Yeah.
I hate saying that, but like actually the Japanese was way better.
Yeah.
Because yeah, the dub was all weird. But another Netflix show that has a really fantastic dub, uh, and a lot of talent that I definitely would love to meet one day. Beastars. I
Mm.
absolutely fell in love with the
And that
voices
was gonna
there.
be plugged in.
Yeah. But honestly though, the voice talent and the animation style, everything about the everyone, that's why I didn't watch it at first was obviously the furry community picked it up, and I was just kind of like, okay, I have no idea what this is about. And then one of my friends was like, yeah, you should totally watch this, and I was like, okay, well, a friend's recommending it. And yeah, I'm not going to go into anymore because I don't shut up about it.
You really don't.
You really
He
don't.
bugged me until I watched it. He's like, "You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch." It's like, okay, I'll watch it. Will you shut up?
Here's my Billy impression I've been working on when he's like super excited. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Pretty much.
Oh God.
yeah. Yeah, can you
What's enough
believe
for dinner today?
it hasn't even been a year since I watched it.
Yeah, not even that.
Oh man, it's been
I
a
think how
long.
many times did you
You made
watch
me
the
watch
first
episode
season?
7.
Oh god, yeah, the chicken episode.
Ah,
Yeah, it
I
was
feel
really
like
awkward when your
What?
in my
kids
life I'm
walked
just
in
too
too.
high strung to watch Beastars.
Oh man, I love recommending that show, but then I always have to add like a footnote there. It's like definitely don't watch with small kids.
Yeah.
It's a very uncomfortably horny show sometimes.
Oh Lordy.
No, it's
Yeah.
always fine.
Well, it's like as soon as I was watching it, it's like, wait, some about this looks familiar. And then it's like, oh yeah, that's why.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those shows where you've probably seen the porn of it first.
Well, not because I was not because of that, but
No,
because
definitely not because of that. For when I was,
no, I think somebody had sent it as like, oh, you might enjoy this show or something. I don't remember where.
but that's oh man. Once I discovered the voice actors for that, Jonah Scott as Legoshi. I don't know why I'm plugging his Twitch, but go watch his Twitch. It's hilarious. And every now and then you do get like cool voice acting tips and stuff like that. But most of the time it's just like, hey guys, I'm folding laundry and talking about how I'm sponsored by Bad Dragon.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Yeah.
anyway, back to Kay
Yep. Yep.
on inspiration.
Yeah.
All right. Quick, make it more awkward.
We can
It's
always do
leaving
that.
us. Quick. Damn it! It's already conversational again. It's gone. Fuck.
Tomorrow, Lizzie and I are going to go on a date. Kids are staying with the grandparents. We're thinking about Indian food. And then maybe coming home and playing dueling toilets. And then maybe after that, we'll put on Zardos.
That's quite the combination.
I promised Lizzie that sometime this week that we would actually sit down and watch Zardos. So
Oh,
we're gonna do it. It's gonna be great. Do you guys remember talking about Zardos?
Yes,
Yeah.
vaguely. Was that the Sean
I remember
Connery
the
in a dress
picture
one?
after looking it up.
Yeah, it's the Sean Connery one where the preview just makes you go, "Oh my God, what the hell?"
He's wearing a loincloth or a tight underwear or something.
That's not a loincloth. That's suspenders, and I don't know what I'm looking at.
It's like an old-fashioned diaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we've reached the segment where we just randomly derail things and talk about things we've seen. So, Kay, what have you seen lately?
Things I'll never forget and want to unsee.
Oh,
No, I'm
same.
sorry. What is this question pointed at?
Just like any movies, TV, stuff like that.
Oh gosh, I don't watch a ton of features, just because like most of my day is spent drawing, and the only time I'm ever watching stuff is over dinner. But
Yeah.
recently, we finished this Netflix series called Abstract: The Art of Design. And that is a fantastic docu-series. It's a series of biopics about living artists and the way they approach creative challenges and like in-depth interviews about their process and like how they got started. It's very similar actually to kind of the format of interviews I've seen you do, except it's a documentary. And the subject matters range anywhere between like architecture to typography to like the last one that we watched was about this woman who worked for IKEA designing furniture and stuff, and that was super cool to watch because IKEA is like my favorite place on the planet.
I will have to check it out then.
IKEA?
Yes,
I
IKEA.
love IKEA. I mean, I hate like walking through IKEA, but I just love being in IKEA. It's like a huge building.
All right, we already
Like,
lost the IKEA
yeah,
sponsorship like 5 episodes ago, so.
yeah.
Did we?
But their meatballs are amazing.
Yeah, it's like a human zoo.
It is.
It's like a human zoo.
I love it, and it's okay if I get to be part of the exhibit while I'm there because the smell is good and like I just like fantasizing about being able to buy coffee tables that are just out of my price range.
Okay, I need to experience the IKEA experience, I guess, still.
Oh, it's a trip. You can spend a day in an IKEA and like God forbid if you actually need furniture because it'll turn like a pleasant outing into like a nightmare like life crisis.
Well, to correct you, Kay, it's not that you can, it's you will.
Yes.
In a day
Yes.
in IKEA.
It is inevitable. And you might get lost. It's like a labyrinth. I think there's a centaur or two.
Oh, man.
Bring your long sword if you're going to IKEA. You'll need it.
It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this.
Oh, yes.
Good old IKEA.
Yeah.
Well, let's see.
So what do you want to do now?
We're only 40 minutes in.
Oh, that's it.
Uh, yeah, I legit forgot that it was the weekend because I've been busy buying a car and I finally got that. But I'll talk about that in the next episode. Uh,
Nice.
and
Talk about my garage door. I bought a new garage door, so.
Oh,
Did you get it from IKEA?
No, we got it from Free State Doors, locally in Lawrence.
Oh, that's even better.
Yep, locally made, locally installed.
hashtag shop local. Now pay us, Free State Doors.
Yeah, I want my money back. Not really. They did a great job. We're loving it.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Well, now we're dead. Oh man.
Uh, recently we finished watching Q Into the Storm,
What is
which is
that?
it's a QAnon docuseries on
wait,
HBO Max.
QAnon?
Yeah, QAnon.
Okay, yeah,
No.
I was making sure I was hearing that right.
Yeah, it was a huge
Oh
conspiracy.
yeah.
Wow.
Like nut job. Even
Yeah.
compared to your average conspiracy theorist.
Well, the thing is, it's like a combination of conspiracy theories all built into like one big conspiracy. It's it was
If that
really
makes
Isn't
sense.
that how
interesting.
governments are born?
Mm, and religion, I guess.
Well, let's not go
And
down that rabbit hole again.
Social constructs. We'll leave it at that.
Oh man, that pairs very nicely with that meme you showed me the other day.
Mm-hmm.
the other day, what was the other day?
Oh, just send it in the chat whenever you find it again,
Was that
Landon.
like 5 minutes ago? My days
Yeah,
are
well,
blurring together.
I don't think he ever posted it, but anyway, we'll get
no,
right
I
into
didn't
it.
post it. Uh, let me look if I can find it. It has to do with chemistry explains biology.
And everything is just a misunderstanding of language or something like that. Anyway, while you're doing that, I'm gonna talk about how I've been watching The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy because for whatever weird reason, my mind
Whatever.
needed to just have a reset apparently, and I finished watching Naruto in about like 8 months, and then I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go watch Codename Kids Next Door. Finished that earlier this week, and I've moved on to Billy and Mandy, and oh my god, I love watching the credits now because it's like a bingo game basically, and I've seen Arlie, Ermy,
Uh,
the famous like drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket.
Ah,
Uh, basically, always plays some sort of military role as well. Weird Al was in an episode. Betty White was in an episode.
nice.
um, it's so crazy. And then of course you've got the bingo squares of like D. Bradley Baker, Richard Horvitz, Greg Eagles, of course, as Grim. That's probably where I first was exposed to like a Jamaican accent and started picking that up when I was a kid as well. I remember when I was younger, I definitely could do Billy, uh, and thank God my voice went a whole lot deeper.
and I'm sure that's why you got yeah.
Although rediscovering Richard Horvitz as Moxie in Hell of a Boss. Oh man. I think that's what really sent me
Here we
down this
go.
rabbit hole was just like, oh, it's names that I actually like know and voices I know from my childhood. This is strange.
I feel
So,
like our rabbit hole has too many doors that lead into other rabbit holes.
yeah. Yeah. Well,
Why is it always a rabbit hole? Why can't it be a gopher hole?
or an echidna hole.
Not. Oh well, maybe if you were in Australia or something.
Good question. I don't know. I guess it's the English language. Everybody talks about rabbit holes, but
Well,
nobody
it's
talks about
Alice in
gopher holes.
Wonderland reference, I guess.
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying.
Oh my god, yeah, even kids. So it's like my weird life goal to find as many references to the Wizard of Oz as possible. Apparently,
Ugh.
you've got Elton John's "Goodbye Yellow Brick Road." There's a mention in an Avicii song that I haven't heard in a while, so I can't quite remember it. Um, Kids Next Door, they reference the ending in one of the episodes where it's like, "And you were there, and you were there, and you were there." Not you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Ugh.
I remember.
Oh man, yeah, it's so weird that like, yeah, I guess we should maybe talk about that at some point on an episode. Is do a bit of research and finally like be a real podcast. I want to be a real boy. uh,
You mean talking about the Wizard of Oz, or
well, just anything where we do some amount of research and like talk about something rather than just, hey guys, we're
I?
a couple of
I mean, I could do that, but I figured that nobody wanted me to basically read one of my papers from, I don't know, Japanese film class,
Well, I love
since I
listening to the
still have
lore. Ah, there
my
it is.
papers.
There's that meme.
Found it.
Okay, let's see.
I don't have time to research film at this point. I'm too busy researching other things.
Yeah.
Maybe in a few months after I'm done with this
Well,
program, I can do
do you still
research
have
into film.
your papers from film class, or is that just a me
No, I saved everything. This is not a paper from film class.
thing?
What?
What?
What's happening?
I don't
Oh man.
Yeah, I saved all my papers from film class.
Yeah. Okay, so it's not.
What about you,
Kay, do
Kay? Do
you
you
still
have?
have yours, or
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a pack rat when it comes to stuff that I've written or made or whatever. I mean, I have videos of me like doing choreographed uh, playground fights from like 2009 that I can't bring myself to delete.
Oh man. I love finding like celebrities old like college YouTube channels cuz it's honestly a gold mine there.
They could be kind of cringy.
Oh, they all are, but that's why people love it.
Oh,
I mean, my professional channel, quote, uh is also my college channel, so one of these days.
one of
is a
these days?
college channel a thing? Is that things that people have?
Well, it was just when we took that like professional class oh god, one of those 300 ones that was like how to make a resume.
Oh, it was 401.
Oh, well.
Oh, was that was the one Jacobson
Yeah.
did, right?
Yes.
That was like, I
Is
don't
that
know,
the
a couple
capstone?
weeks or something.
It had you like it buy this stupid Google book that you couldn't use anywhere else.
Oh yeah. Oh, that thing. Yep.
I don't ever remember taking 401.
It was professional development or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I never took that.
What? How did what? That was the required course.
Was it?
Apparently not.
Apparently Landon didn't get the memo.
Well, my emphasis was on culture and society, and not so much on like
Hmm.
film production. So
Hmm.
That's probably why.
yeah,
Oh, so then did you ever take New Media in Society?
Yeah.
That was a fun. That was actually a fun class. As weird as it was, because it was one of those classes where you could actually research like weird stuff and be like, yeah, I'm watching porn for research.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people I remember.
Oh, Mom, I'm doing research.
Yeah, I remember a lot of people kind of like jokes aside, like they kind of talked about like social media influencing like a lot of things, and I can't remember what I talked about. I think Kay, we were in the same class actually.
Maybe, probably.
Could be.
But yeah, that was a wild one.
Yeah, I did a study of nostalgia's effect on like consumerism and like how nostalgia is being commodified and like turned into a thing that you can buy. And it was like, I mean, that's like not anything new because people have always been buying new versions of the same old thing. It just I was like I thought I was really cool and unique and smart for thinking about it because like vaporwave and was a thing, and then like Pokemon Go came out, and I don't know.
Well, I think that kind of weirdly comes back to animation because uh like with Hell of a Boss, and my proofs, me wanting to pursue voice acting, it all is kind of nostalgia based in like, man, I loved this cartoon as a kid. I would like do these voices or whatever, and now I'm realizing, oh yeah, I can get paid to do that.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
I think that's kind of, why we go into film maybe is because we love that aspect of life so much that we're like, oh, that's what I want to do, you know?
Yeah, and that certainly was the case for me at least. I've been a ceaseless creative for my entire life, and very long periods of my life where if I didn't make something in a day, I would just feel like I had a very bad day, like product productivity wise. And like, I don't know, for me, making things is it's the thing that fulfills me in life. And it helps me to like put my own life experiences into context because you're like distilling your lived experience into a thing that other people can consume. And it's like almost a way of like keeping a diary, but not like being a little bit more cool about it, I guess. I don't know,
Yeah.
not to get like philosophical on y'all out of nowhere, but that's kind of how I see it.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
speaking of philosophy, just check that meme in the chat.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Misunder byproduct of misunderstanding language.
oh yeah, I'm just very confused. That's all that is going on.
Are you saying we should go back to the Latin or something like
Oh
that?
no.
Yes.
Oh man. Ah, Eddie Izzard's jokes on Latin. Those were
Yeah,
good.
that yeah. Doesn't he do or yeah, doesn't Eddie do some of the shows in another language?
I don't know if they're still doing comedy at the moment. I know that they've been doing like
Well, I
marathons and
mean like
stuff, but yeah.
before
Way
in
back
the
in the
past.
day, they would do when they did
Well, not
their
like that. Wait. It's not like 100 years ago.
well, no, but they did like the world tour sketch where it was in French, it was in German, it was in maybe Swedish.
Maybe.
I know they went to Iceland and hung out with Bjork, so.
Not going there.
Okay.
Oh no, that just popped in my head.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh man, that Saturday Night Live. Every Saturday Night Live sketch is relatable.
I wish it was that Saturday Night Live. It was that
The song.
song question mark that you made me listen to.
This is what happens when you show me things and I do research, Joe.
How is that my fault?
I was like, oh, let's find out Bjork's music. Oh, okay.
Wah, wah, wah.
How's that? I always get blamed for stuff. I always get. It's like in my high school history class. Joe, it's your fault for the JFK assassination.
What?
Okay, whatever.
Oh my god. Oh man.
Blame.
So Kay, what's a current anime, cartoon, or other sort of animation that's currently ongoing that you wish you could be a part of, working on it?
God. Fuck. This really rad show came out on Netflix not too long ago called Kid Cosmic. Fantastic animation style. I think they use puppeted animation, but they do it in a way that you really can't tell. And it's about this. It's aimed towards kids, so it's like family friendly, but it's really cool because it's about these magical space rocks that fall into the desert, and this kid glues them onto like little like threaded nuts and turns them into like power rings.
Okay.
And then he goes around this really tiny like desert town trying to find all the townies to like, hey, join my band of superheroes because I have these crazy rings that give you fucking cool powers. And it's a hoot because like the superheroes end up being like just like this like waitress teenage girl, the kid who's like an 11-year-old boy who has a way overactive imagination, 3-year-old who doesn't really know personal boundaries, this 67-year-old grandpa guy who's a retired hippie, and a cat. So that's your superhero group. Just imagine like the Fantastic Five, but that's your cast.
Oh my god, I see a name that I definitely want to watch the show to hear. Cree Summer. That's a
Yeah.
name I recognize from Kids Next Door, voice of number 5.
Yeah, of course.
Well, this is the next 5 for you. This is the other ones.
Man, there is just something weird about, seeing Tom Kenny's name pop up all over the place. It's like, when does this guy ever, like, sleep, eat, or do anything other than voice act?
I mean, that's kind of the thing. Once you get into like a position where you're making a career out of something, it occupies most of your life. I mean, that's the case with anything, though. If you're putting 40 hours in a week at a Walmart, that's like you feel like you live at Walmart, basically. And when you're putting in 40 hours a week at an animation studio, it's like maybe you're working 40 hours a week, but also you're doing like sketching and networking and talking to friends and planning projects for the other 20 hours. And it's like a 60-hour work week.
Yeah, but it's also like a fun 60-hour work week rather than, oh boy, I just got done scrubbing the toilets again today.
I mean, I scrub my own toilets anyway, so.
Oh man. But I mean, like, yeah, being the voice of SpongeBob for, God, how many, 20 years?
Something like that.
I mean, you'd think you'd have enough money to just put your feet up and never do anything again, but yeah, that says something if you enjoy your work a lot that you'll continue doing it.
it's kind of surreal that like I'm actually going to be in a position where that's the case. And I mean, like, certainly it's not enough money that like I can do anything I want to, because like ultimately it's still gig work, and like you have to be really smart with your finances if you want to make it work,
Yeah.
because you have like a number of months where you know where your income's coming from, and that's cool and it's safety. But then as soon as that contract is up and like the work that they had for you is done, you got to go find another job. And sometimes there are droughts.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So it helps to not blow everything on booze and drugs. As much as I would
Yeah.
love to do that, I cannot.
Uh, yeah, with how often we joke about drinking on this show, you'd think.
Sorry,
I
that's my fault.
mean, I'm actually drinking something right now, so.
I'm completely sober.
Well, I'm completely sober too, but I'm still drinking, so
I mean, I am taking legal drugs for congestion, but that's
that's okay.
yeah.
Oh, wow, look at that. Tom
Just mix it with
Kenny
some NyQuil, you have a good time.
Tom Kenny was let's see. I don't actually know what year. Anyway, best voice acting in an animated television broadcast production other than SpongeBob, Adventure Time. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, all their other awards are for SpongeBob.
Yeah. Oh shoot. Speaking of shows that you should maybe check out, watch Netflix's Pari. Season 2 is really awesome. They've got Mark Hamill on there as a voice actor. And I'll be joining the production team for season 3, and I think my
Oh,
job starts sometime next week.
okay.
Oh,
Well,
that's
that's a plug
exciting.
we need to hear then.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I you didn't already know.
No.
No, we're gonna make her earn her plugs as she goes along.
Okay.
Oh,
It,
this one. Yes. Okay. Yes, I
Yeah.
saw
it's
that tweet.
reward for sticking through the entire show.
Oh. Yeah, no, like it's my first in a industry gig, and
Awesome.
I work I'm beginning to work next week sometime for a company based out of Baltimore, Splash Entertainment, and they do a few different shows, and one of them is Pari, which is a Netflix original, and it's based on this comic that a retired NFL player named Trevor Price made. And it's really
Hmm.
cool because it's about these talking, fighting frogs and their war with the scorpions and the spiders.
The only problem I'm
Battle tone.
seeing an animation preview right now. I like what I'm seeing, but the only problem I have is that it reminds me a little too much of the Dota animation, the Dota series that
Hmm.
I started watching, and that is something. D. Bradley Baker is a voice in there, so I don't want to say anything too negative about it, but ugh, it's Dota. I don't. It's just in there with all the other things that are cursed and doomed to be based off of video games.
That's chill. I'll make sure to tell the artists themselves that you don't approve of the work.
You'll be blacklisted before you get started,
Yep.
Stuart.
Yep. Always.
Nah, it's chill. Frankly, I thought season 1 is very rough around the edges. Season 2 dialed it in quite a bit more, but season 3 they're entirely switching to hand-drawn animation, which is part of the reason that I'm being brought on along with a lot of other artists to do a similar job, because their production coordinator, who's a really awesome, lovely human, who's also a very good friend of mine now, decided, hey, this would look a lot cooler if we just did it by hand rather than relying on these puppets that were like breaking to make work. And yeah, so season 3 is going to be awesome.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing a different thing, maybe. Okay, yeah, no, the whatever I saw was weird. This what I'm seeing now, the real thing. It's apparently the full episode, season 1, episode 5. An army of frogs. It's like Land
Yeah,
Before Time animation almost. Yeah, who doesn't love that?
right. I loved that series growing up. I like lived, breathed, and ate dinosaurs from the ages of like 3 to 10.
Yeah.
And then I discovered that dragons were just dinosaurs with wings that could breathe fire. And I was like, well, fuck dinosaurs. Dragons are way cooler.
Yeah. What about pterodactyls though?
Well, they're just dragons without the fire.
Yeah, that's true. Don't you just
If you
love?
attached if you attached like a tank of propane on the back of a pterosaur, that would be just as good.
Oh, don't forget you're animating this episode, so
Yeah. Whoa. Well, hey, there you go. That's an idea.
yeah.
An analog dragon.
An analog it's just a pterodactyl just with a propane tank strapped to it. Don't you just love fan edits where it looks legit and you're like, "Oh, this thing, I don't know." And then you're like, "Oh wait, that was a fan thing."
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
I hate looking at new media because I can never tell the real thing from fan stuff these days.
Honestly.
Yeah, so Coolipari, that's I need to start watching that then, I guess, if season 3 is rolling out soon.
I don't know about soon, but it will be rolling out at some point, and that's the one that's going to have my name on it.
Very, very cool. Very cool. Always fun to finally be able to say, "Hey, look, I'm doing a thing involved with Netflix or some big name."
Yeah, it pretty well shut my family up at Easter dinner or whatever because they have a history of being not super convinced that I would be able to do animation and art as a career.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just like, hey, by the way, casually, I work for Netflix now, so fuck off.
Yeah, so maybe you shouldn't associate yourself with this podcast
That's okay.
to save your own career. We have
Probably.
a history of basically, oh, you're anybody anywhere? Oh, okay. Well, guess we're gonna knock you down a few pegs.
That's okay. I deserve it.
Well, we definitely want to have you back on, like a million more times, especially once you get working on this. I think it would be fun to check in on that. And hey, if I'm not blacklisted and you need some voice talent,
Well, see,
If he's not
that's the
already.
no, I'm sure you're fine. Like I don't even think you're cool unless you're blacklisted in a few spots yet. No, for real. Like there's some places like where it's cool to be blacklisted from. Like Carly, who we mentioned earlier in the podcast, was blacklisted by cartoonbrew.com, the Twitter page, because apparently the person who runs the page is like a absolute trash human being and a bigot, and she
fun.
called them out for it and got blocked, which was cool.
That's no bueno.
Yeah. Anyway, I had mixed feelings about I don't know, being the center of like an episode of your show because like I think your show is really rad. All of you guys doing this work and like being so consistent on the grind, which was super commendable. And like I came to this thinking like, oh fuck, what am I gonna talk about? Because like, yeah, maybe I have this opportunity on my plate, but I haven't even started work yet. What the fuck am I going to talk about? I think that would be so much more interesting for an episode to actually talk about the process, um, but I don't have that experience yet. Maybe I will next week.
Awesome. Well, we're only on episode 30, and we're not hoping to get shut down, but we're really pushing the envelope there on YouTube. So I am looking for other platforms at this point. Uh, but yeah, if we survive another year, it would be fun to check in with you.
If we survive, well.
I also have a history of starting things on my channel and then going, okay.
As a friend of mine used to say, positivity.
Yeah, but I to mention that we're like constantly on the grind and we're consistent. We've missed like maybe 1 week that wasn't a break. But at the same time, it's like when we get on, we're not really focused. We're not really professional. It's just more like we just bullshit our way through the episode. And
Exactly.
I mean, that was
then we
kind
both
of
turn to like,
also
there you go.
Oh, that was such a good like disgruntled voice there.
I mean, I genuinely think the best ones are done that way. Like some of my favorite podcasts are the ones where it's just people talking about their life experiences and their thoughts and stuff. Like the one that I'm really big into right now is Ear Biscuits with Rhett and Link, and that's an offshoot of Good Mythical Morning.
I was gonna say that those names sounded very familiar.
Yeah, they're super cool dudes, and they're just very much themselves, and they talk about all kinds of different stuff. They've talked about like how they've like fallen away from religion. They've talked about like friends that they've known and lost in life, and they talk about like lighter hearted things like, oh, this funny thing happened on vacation with my son or something, and it's really cool because it feels like, especially in the moments in life when you're a little bit more isolated and you wish you were, like during a quarantine or something. It feels like you have friends that
Yeah.
you get to listen to.
Yeah, that's definitely the joke with our podcast is it's free therapy for us during these crazy times.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And hopefully it helps other people too, and they can just enjoy it, take it with a grain of salt. It's a lighthearted podcast that, sometimes we actually get around to talking about film, other times it doesn't happen, but
Yeah,
it's
but
unscripted, it's spontaneous,
what is a
but
movie or a film if not a visual representation of a story that is based off of some real life experience?
exactly.
Yes.
Enjoy that philosophical nugget, and
Ditto.
we'll be back next week, I guess. We're gonna wrap it up promptly on time so that Kay can get back to their very, very busy schedule of being important and wanted in the industry.
I'm working on it.
Well, yeah, I think we will wrap it up though. So, thank you all, dear listener, for joining us. Who knows
thank
how many
you.
views this one will get? And yes, we will be back. Kay, is there anything else you need or want to plug?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, before I go, I will say that I am working to maybe get a voice actor of a certain show that I definitely don't shut up about.
What could that be?
It's definitely Rick and Morty. I feel like it's definitely Rick and Morty.
I don't know. Their initials are BP. If you want to try and guess in the comments.
British
down
Petroleum. It's British Petroleum, everyone.
Yeah, I was there. I was the oil spill. I was wreaking havoc in the
You're
Gulf.
definitely going to get canceled from YouTube if you start shit talking the oil industry.
Yeah, oh for sure.
At some point, we're just gonna do it intentionally. How far can we push
Yeah.
this? Let's get it done.
Once we
Yeah.
finally get established and we get creepy fan mail, then we're just like, okay, it's time to shut it down.
Yeah, we're gonna burn that bridge with BP Petroleum.
And
gonna-
Kay can be there to animate it all for us.
And then we're gonna
It
take
is
Stuart's
really hard to
laptop with
animate.
all of our podcasts on it and destroy it in the middle of a field.
Like at the end of Office Space
Yeah, Office
with
Space.
the printer.
It took me forever to figure that out.
Well, much like a Midwestern goodbye, this is dragging on. So
Hey, it was a pleasure.
we're going to totally end this. Thank you all for joining us, and we will be back next week, probably without a cool, epic, awesome person like Kay. But do give them a follow on Twitter, Instagram. What else am I missing? Facebook.
The Woods.
Do you have a what's that one called? Like a Ko-fi? I'm pretty sure it's like coffee, but
No, but if you no, I'm trying to think of something clever to say and I can't. Support the arts. There you go.
Yes.
Go spend some money and support your artist friends and buy some stickers or whatever. It helps out more than you know, and that's how people
yeah.
get started.
They say that the average college student finds a job that they're happy with 6 months after graduating. So Kay is ahead of that.
No,
Well,
wrong.
it seemed, it felt like to me that you basically got to work as soon as you left. So
I went and sold bongs to frat boys for a year, and then I started taking it seriously.
well, that is a story for the next time you're on. So we definitely need to reschedule.
Okay.
Definitely, I want to hear more about that.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
The grind before the break.
Well,
All right.
Landon, you want to lead us out?
Good night, everybody. This is Landon, the Drunken Kansan, along with Stuart, Joe. We got Kay on with us as well. We all wish you a happy, wonderful, good evening, or morning, or whenever the hell you're listening to this. And we will, hopefully, you will hear from us soon. All right. Good night.